Stress is one of the most commonly discussed experiences in modern life, yet it is often poorly understood. People speak of being stressed out as if stress were a single feeling or an unavoidable side effect of busy living. Social and health psychology take a different approach. They treat stress not as a vague emotion, but as a measurable, psychological, and physiological process with significant consequences for health, behavior, and well-being. Chapter 14 examines the relationship between stress, lifestyle, and health. This relationship is central to health psychology, a field that explores how psychological factors influence physical health and illness. Research consistently shows that how people experience and manage stress affects immune functioning, cardiovascular health, mental health, and overall quality of life. Importantly, stress does not operate in isolation. Lifestyle factors, such as sleep, nutrition, physical activity, social relationships, and coping habits, shape how stress is experienced and how damaging it becomes. Two individuals may encounter similar challenges, yet show very different health outcomes, depending on how stress is interpreted and regulated. Understanding stress, therefore, is not merely about identifying problems. It is about recognizing the interaction between mind, body, and environment, and learning how intentional choices and supportive systems can protect health over time. 14.1. What is stress? In psychological terms, stress refers to the process by which individuals perceive and respond to events they appraise as threatening, challenging, or overwhelming. Stress is not defined solely by the situation itself, but by how that situation is interpreted and experienced. This definition highlights an essential point. Stress is not automatically harmful. Stress responses evolve to help organisms survive. When a threat is perceived, the body mobilizes energy, heightens attention, and prepares for action. In short bursts, stress can enhance performance and promote adaptation. Stress involves two key components: stressors and stress responses. Stressors are events or conditions that trigger stress, such as deadlines, illness, conflict, or uncertainty. Stress responses are the psychological and physiological reactions that follow. These responses include changes in mood, cognition, behavior, and bodily systems such as heart rate, hormone release, and immune activity. Psychologists distinguish between acute stress and chronic stress. Acute stress arises from short-term challenges and typically resolves once the situation passes. Examples include giving a presentation or responding to an unexpected problem. When managed effectively, acute stress can be energizing and manageable. Chronic stress, however, occurs when stressors are persistent or when the stress response remains activated over long periods. Ongoing financial strain, caregiving burdens, workplace pressure, or exposure to discrimination can all contribute to chronic stress. Unlike acute stress, chronic stress places continuous strain on the body and mind, increasing vulnerability to illness and psychological distress. The physiological stress response involves activation of the sympathetic nervous system and the release of stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. While adaptive in the short term, prolonged activation disrupts normal bodily functioning. Over time, this can impair immune responses, elevate blood pressure, disrupt sleep, and contribute to mood disorders. Equally important is the psychological appraisal of stress. Individuals differ in how they evaluate situations, whether they see an event as a manageable challenge or as an uncontrollable threat. These appraisals influence emotional reactions and coping strategies, shaping the overall impact of stress on health. Understanding stress as a process rather than a single event reframes how we think about responsibility and resilience. It emphasizes that stress outcomes are shaped not only by external demands, but by perception, support, and available coping resources. Closing transition. As we move forward in this chapter, we will examine different types of stressors, how stress contributes to illness, and the strategies individuals and communities can use to regulate stress effectively. The goal is not to eliminate stress entirely, but to understand how to engage with it in ways that protect health and promote well-being.